Ronald. Hey, Ronald. Here I am, kid. Hey, isn't watching TV fun? Especially when you got delicious McDonald's hamburgers.
Ronald, you can't be on TV and watch it at the same time. Now, come on and meet the boys and girls.
Oh, we've already met.
Good evening. I'm Alexis Bledel, and on behalf of Channel 37 in Omaha, welcome to the 8 o'clock news. For our top story tonight, we have an update on fast food giant McDonald's current predicament with the icon Ronald McDonald. The commercial you've just viewed was one of the first of many portraying Ronald McDonald as the friendly and fun-loving mascot that is now legendary. Coming up, we'll have the director of the Ronald McDonald House, Jennifer Hewitt, and the well-renowned family psychiatrist, Aaron Jones, in the studio. First, let's turn it over to Valerie Smith, our very own Channel 37 investigative reporter, with more on the story.
Good evening. Dick and Mac McDonald opened up the very first McDonald's in 1940 in San Bernardino, California. One day in 1954, Ray Kroc, a passing-through salesman, became the brothers' nationwide franchise agent and opened up a McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois in 1955. Ronald McDonald appeared in his first national commercial and was an instant success, riding his flying hamburger in 1966, and one of the reasons children love McDonald's, the Happy Meal, was introduced in 1979. Today, McDonald's has over 31,000 restaurants in 120 countries.
Could you tell us some about Ronald McDonald and how he became the well-known icon that he is?
Absolutely. During 1963, a McDonald's in Washington, D.C. sponsored the children's show Bozo Circus to increase business. At the time, Willard Scott worked on Bozo Circus and originated the idea of the advertising icon Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald's costume used to be a paper cup for his nose and a food tray to resemble his hat. In 1966, Ronald got his first public debut at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Michael Polakvos portrayed Ronald McDonald in the first 8 national television commercials, which was the first national campaign for all of the fast food industry.
Why are consumers angry with McDonald's, specifically Ronald McDonald, for selling unhealthy food options to their children?
In a recent poll, an incredible 47%, that's nearly half of Americans surveyed, wanted Ronald McDonald to retire. Consumers believe he attracted children to food that's not healthy, contributing to the concern of childhood obesity since 1979. Nicholas Freudenberg, a public health professor at Hunter College, says it's not acceptable to market unhealthy products to children, and I think retirement of Ronald McDonald would be a step in the right direction. More than 1,700 health professionals and institutions in all 50 states are now urging McDonald's to stop marketing junk food to children.
Thank you, Valerie. Now on to Teddy Teamer with Consumer Perspectives.
Good evening. McDonald's has a new outlook, making Happy Meals healthier. The Happy Meal was first introduced in 1979 and in recent years has gotten a lot of attention, resulting into making the meal healthier for children. I'm here at McDonald's on 40th and Dodge, and I will be speaking to customers to get their feedback on McDonald's changes to the Happy Meal menu. What do you think of these changes will affect how often you eat McDonald's? Do you think you'll eat more or less?
More. If there's healthier options on the menu, I think it would come to mind more to stop here. I do think it's good for McDonald's to look at healthier options on their menu and make people more aware of that. And I think just giving people the option to do this would help them think more health consciously. So I think it's something that needs to be done.
What do you think of these changes and how will they affect how often you eat McDonald's?
I don't know if I would eat McDonald's any more than what we do now, just because I think eating at home is a lot healthier. But yes, it would definitely, make me think twice about coming back to McDonald's.
Have any other comments or anything about the changes happening now?
No, I think that they need healthier options for kids. Different toys in the Happy Meal boxes, so that kids will want to eat them and not play with stuff that they really don't need.
Okay. Well, thank you. What do you think of these changes and how they will affect how often you eat McDonald's?
Probably won't affect it at all. We eat there. They like McDonald's.
Okay.
Burger King too.
Do you think the changes will prevent childhood obesity in the future?
Prevent? No. I think it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Thank you, Teddy. I'm here with Erin Jones, a child psychologist who will discuss the effect and influence of the mogul on children. Dr. Jones, how much of an influence can Ronald McDonald have on children?
Well, that is a difficult question to answer. So to help better explain my theory, I have behind me Bronfenbrenner's bioecological model to help show how we categorize influences. At the center of his model would be the child. The outer stage would be between parents, friends, and teachers. The third stage, interactions, would be between them. Ronald McDonald would fall right about here on this model, between the culture, beliefs, and values of society and the influences on the microsystem. Ultimately, that this tells us, in my personal opinion, is that Ronald McDonald does have an influence on our children. However, those with the most influence would be those in the microsystem.
So you're saying the parents are to blame for this obesity epidemic as opposed to Ronald McDonald?
Well, I think although this advertising icon may play a role in a child's decision to want to go to McDonald's, ultimately the decision comes down to mom and dad. By giving children a strong sense of nutrition through a healthy and varied diet with the occasional treat, they too will see the advantages of healthy eating.
So should we be able to destroy Ronald McDonald's name due to these obesity rates?
We're deflecting blame from us to Ronald McDonald. It's easier to blame big corporation for our shortcomings than to actually teach our children healthy lifestyles, especially when we don't lead by example. It's easier to take our kids for a quick bite than make a decent meal. We must make that distinction between having fast food once in a while and making it part of our food pyramid. We need to look to ourselves to influence our children in healthy eating practices.
Well, thank you for your analysis on this ever-expanding dilemma.
Thanks for having me.
Now our interview with the director of the Ronald McDonald House, Miss Jennifer Hewitt. Could you explain the contributions of the Ronald McDonald House to society?
The Ronald McDonald House Charities first opened in 1984 in Philadelphia thanks to Dr. Audrey Evans and Philadelphia Eagles player Fred Hill, whose daughter had been diagnosed with leukemia. Since then, the Ronald McDonald House Charities has helped families and children in need all over the world. The Ronald McDonald House charity mission is to focus on the critical needs of children, for we believe that when you change a child's life, you change a family's, which can change a community and ultimately the world. We accomplish this through a global network of chapters in 52 countries through 4 core programs: the Ronald McDonald House, the Ronald McDonald Family Room, Ronald McDonald Care Mobiles, and Ronald McDonald Camp. In 2010, 11,500 families were helped each day around the world through different Ronald McDonald House charity programs, and $170 million was raised globally since 2002.
What does the Ronald McDonald House provide for patients and their families?
The Ronald McDonald House program provides a home-away-from-home experience for families so they may stay close to their children while they receive treatment at hospitals with little or no cost. Depending on the house, some services may be available, such as special suites for children with suppressed immune systems, accredited education programs, recreational activities, non-clinical support services, and sibling support services.
With all of these wonderful programs and contributions to our society, you may ask yourself, why does Ronald McDonald get such a bad reputation, and should he be forced to retire? You do not hear of consumers pressing to have Burger King's King or Jack of Jack in the Box forced into retirement while having the same unhealthy food options in their kids' meals. Each of these fast food establishments offers apples as an alternative to fries. However, McDonald's has made a decision in July 2011 to change Happy Meals options. The changes will be implemented in September, but not available at all locations until the spring of 2012. The Happy Meal will include both apple slices without caramel and fries, although McDonald's is decreasing the size of fries from 2.4 to 1.1 ounces. They may also offer other food options other than apples based on the season. McDonald's has a set of deadlines of 2015 for limiting salt and would spend the rest of this decade cutting back on sugars, saturated fats, and calories while making adjustments to portion sizes. So the only difference we can see is that Ronald McDonald is targeted for being a clown. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Why is everybody laughing?
Oh shit, what did I do?